Let's see. Kung makakuha tayo dito. Oh, that's good. Share ko lang po ito. Check ko lang po yung events. Ito. And then medyo bagay na po. Sige. Kita kaya nila ako dyan? Ay, hindi. Bakit ito yung nakikita nila? Check lang po yung thumbnail. Okay. Okay, so ano kasi ako makikita yung comments dito. Let's see lang. Salit lang po. Kaya dito sa Facebook. Wala ng title po. Okay, I think kailangan kong kinakailangan yung title. Start po ako na in 5 minutes po. Sige lang po. Download ko lang po yung pinaka-thumbnail. And then, lagyan natin siya dito. Hindi ko siya tapos. Ayan. Sige. Downloading pa siya. Ayan na. Nice. Kailangan is okay. Download ako. Hindi siya ano. Ayan. Naload na na. Sige. Upload natin to sa okay, sige. Let's save it. Sige, I'll try to copy it for those na mananood dito. Para mapalitan natin ang thumbnail. Oh, hindi siya sige, that's okay. Sige, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I know some of you have work here and meron na kayong 13th month. Congratulations sa inyo kung meron na kayong 13th month pay. So, who among here to start our session? Sige. May question ako sa inyo. Kung na-receive nyo na ba yung bonus nyo? And how was it? Kumusta na siya? Nandiyan pa ba siya or iniwan na tayo ng ating 13th month? It's really good to receive some blessings ngayong December or iba sa inyo natanggap niyo siya nung this November pa lang. Meron na kayong bonus. That's great. So, we will take this opportunity to be thankful with what we receive. A form of blessing, lalo na ngayong mahirap yung mga situation natin. And if your company afford to give you a bonus, and nasa maganda kayong company, that's a good thing that happened to you. So, for those na uh, your company is struggling financially. So yeah, we expect this to happen. But for those who receive their bonus, in spite of these difficult days, let's be thankful that yeah, your company was able to provide you a bonus. And a form of being in gratitude is to be mindful with our expenses, especially with this one. I've been working for the past since 2014, so 6 years na ako nag-work. And in my regular job, I receive this bonus. And every December or November, I receive bonus from my company. So I don't know if that's the same case for you, but this live session is about being thrifty or masinop tayo sa ating 13th month pay. So in this special time of the year, I want to share some thoughts how you can be thrifty or paano natin siya gagastasin or paano natin siya i-manage siya maayos because uh, this happens only once a year. But, and we would like to take this opportunity to maximize what we have or what we receive. And so I hope for those who will listen to this later on and for those who are watching right now, I hope this will help you to to manage, to really think ahead. So number one, we will not make this long. Number one is to plan ahead and budget. Budget your 13th month pay. It's really important that for every income that we receive, not particularly, di naman siya limited sa ating bonuses, but every sweldo, we should plan ahead. We should really think about what we're going, how can we deal with this or how can we handle our money or the things that coming in our pockets or our bank accounts. So a good financial advice that I can give to you right now is to plan for your expenses, plan ahead, plan everything. Because pag di natin siya na plano, yan, so one day mawawala na lang siya. Just like what happened to me during the first 2 years of my work. Siyempre, it's Christmas or something like that. I didn't plan ahead for my expenses that time. And eventually, wala na siya. So, it's really good to have a plan. So, I promise you, if you plan this, plan your, or plan and budget your 13th month pay, you can maximize it. You can say na hindi na sayang yung 13th month ko because I did the best out of it. So, for you to do that, you need to plan ahead and budget your 13th month pay. So, para isang katangian po ng pagiging masinap is you plan for your budget. And it's really important. I cannot emphasize it anymore, but if you're a good financially literate worker, yan, sa atin po, I encourage you to budget it. Saan mapupunta siya, paano mo siya ahatiin, saan siya mapupunta, sino yung mga babayaran mo, or ano yung mga bibilin mo, or ano yung itatabi mo. Number two is, once you plan, part of your plan should be in your savings. I know that most of us already exhausted our savings or nagalaw na natin yung ating mga savings because of what's happening right now. Maybe some of us lost our jobs and unti-unti pa lang po tayo nakaka-recover or due to the past calamities that happened, maraming emergency na nangyari and then we are forced to spend our savings. So if you receive some blessing for this month, for the next coming month, I encourage you to increase or build your savings. mag-save po kayo para maging prepared tayo sa mga darating na emergencies. So, if you exhausted your savings, it's the perfect time to build it again. Yan. Or kaya, kung may savings pa kayo, savings pa tayo, we can increase it. We can build 3 to 6 months or worth of your expenses. Yan. So, extra money means not extra expenses, but extra savings. Yan. Sige. For our number 3 financial advice for your 30th month pay, I want you to reduce or pay your debts. Sana po we can consider if you have utang, maybe sa ating relatives or sa mga banking institutions like banks or government. So, it's good to pay your debts ahead of time, or if possible na masettle nyo po yung mga debts ninyo. It's a good financial move because mawawala na yung mga financial liabilities natin, diba? So, if you have a credit card that you're paying, and so, para hindi na siya magkaroon ng interest for the next month, pag na-miss nyo yung payment, so, do not forget to pay your, or settle your credit. So, ako po kasi ang ginagawa ko ngayon is, I have a housing loan, so, one move that I do is, tinataasan ko po yung aking payment compared dun sa minimum nilang hinihingi so that later on, I can settle it in an earlier time. Yan. So, for example, you're paying your house for the next 25 years. Since it's 13th month, you can, if you have extra, you can pay in advance so that di na siya mag-accumulate ng interest. And you can settle it for a shorter period of time. Diba? So, pag nasettle niya siya on an earlier date, that's a good thing that will happen to your finances kasi wala na kayong liabilities. Ayan. So, since you have extra cash on your pockets, ayan, so you can reduce or pay and settle your debts. So, yan po. So, another move that you can make for your 13th month pay is especially for those who are planning to protect their income due to untimely death or sickness or accident. It's good to have an insurance, protection for your income, and also for your loved ones. So one way that we can show our love to our family is to buy an insurance. So it's important that you protect yourself. Example, the breadwinner is yan, kinuha na siya ni Lord and nawala siya sa family. Number one financial struggle that will happen to that family is the loss of income. So, mawawalan po sila ng source of living and source of income. So, it's important to protect them, to protect our income by buying a safety net. So, yung safety net po natin is insurance. So, if you're planning to buy a life insurance, that's one of the best financial move that you can make for your 13th month pay is to start an insurance plan. So, as you all know, I'm a financial advisor. I also offer insurance and investments. So, one way to maximize your 13th month pay is to start something new. But start your financial plan for today. Okay? So, another one, if you're planning to start your investments, this is a perfect time because you have some extra cash. So, meron po tayong mga extra cash on our bank accounts. So, one way other than savings is to invest your money. So, one thing that separates from a saver and investor is pag ikaw po investor, your money has opportunity to grow. Okay, so it's really important to put in or to boost your investments. If you already have an investment fund, you can, tag po namin dun is top up. You can top up your account. So, for example, you're paying already 2,000 pesos per month. What you can do is to top up. It means you can add more. You can add more investments or more money on your investment fund so that it will be boosted. Okay, so ganyan po yung ginagawa ko for the past 4 years. So, when I receive my 30th month pay, some of my 30th month pay goes to investment. So, example, I'm paying 2,000 peso for the month of November. I usually go higher or I pay higher so that my investments or my investment funds will be boosted or will grow. So, since I have some extra cash kaysa ipambili ko siya ng something that I cannot use, so itago ko siya sa investments ko. So, yan. So, that's one of the best financial move that you can make kasi once you boosted your savings or your investments, the higher the return, or the higher the interest. And lalo na po ngayong COVID time, one way that we can observe sa ating stock market is that mura po yung ating mga shares per company because of the economic crisis. So if you're planning to have an investment today, this is the best time because you can buy a lot of shares more compared to the past year. So for example, a certain company is selling their shares for 200 peso because of the economic crisis of COVID, they went down to 100 peso. So you can buy a lot more shares with 100 peso per share, di ba? Share 1,000 pesos or you will if you will start with 1,000 or 2,000 pesos. Let's say 2,000 pesos. Okay, so last year they are selling it or the price of that particular share is 200 peso. So you can just only buy 5, diba? But now since they are 100 peso per share, you have 10 shares which is more has a high possibility or the projection of getting a higher value next year. And so it's important to really, you know, uh, think ahead, plan ahead, budget it because if that 13 man will just go on expenses, sayang naman po. But for the next one, because it's nowadays it's really hard to find a job security, diba? Job security is not a thing anymore. So if you receive your 13th month pay, you can consider starting your own business as soon as possible. Kahit maliit lang po yan, at least you can have a multiple source of income. So kung meron man po kayong way na makapag-generate kayo ng another income aside for your employment, that's a good financial move. And some of your 13th month can be used to start a small business. It's easy nowadays to start a small business because syempre online na yung karamihan ng ating businesses. So, you can start your online business. You can sell online without setting up a physical store or physical location for your business. So, a 5,000 peso can start a small business. A 2,000 peso can start a small business. You can buy or you can sell items online. So, actually, madali talaga ngayon mag-start ng business because almost everyone is online. So, the potential of people seeing your product is higher than setting up your sabihin natin magtayo ka ng something somewhere within your house or your barangay or your your street, di ba? You're selling things on specific location. Sample, you're in a market or you're in a mall, tapos you're selling a physical quantity or physical product. Medyo mahirap siya because uh, people are not really getting there or traveling on that particular area. So once you're online, it's easier for people to see your product. So yan. So which will you choose, di ba? Spending 5,000 peso on something and compared to spending 5,000 peso to start your small business. So there's a possibility that you can grow that income or that capital, di ba? So right now, what are you thinking of? What small business that you want to to start with? Ayan. So balikan ko po yung ibang tips. So number one, we just need or we really need to budget our 13th month pay. Because it happens once a year, we need to maximize our extra cash. And then if you want to build your savings, you can start it now. Or you can increase your emergency fund in times of emergency. How about paying your debts? Yan. So it's uh, masarap mawalan ng tinik sa lalamunan kapag yan, wala tayong debt or wala tayong utang. Protection for your family, you can start your own insurance policy for your family. I think that's one of the best gift that you can give this Christmas. How about putting some of your extra cash in investing? Stock market, mutual funds, MP2. Marami pong types of investment. You just need to be willing to start. And pag nag-start po tayo ng investment, it's not really about money. So, it's the willingness to start. How about considering to start your own business or small business online? And then, one of the key things that I can share with you is spend part of it for yourself, not the whole thing, just a part. Or I should say, you can reward yourself because of the things that happen. Uh, you think you want something in return sa hard work mo for this year, you can do it. It can be part of your budget. So sometimes I treat myself from time to time para yeah. So do not forget yourself. Spend some of it for you. How about extending yourself? Extend yourself by giving and helping. Marami pong ways that we can help people nowadays because yeah, katulad nung mga recent calamities natin, we can help them, especially that the the online transfer, yeah, it's really prevalent nowadays. So it's easy to help now because yan, electronic na po yung mga payments and there are a lot of people that offers this kind of opportunity. If you want to help, if you want to give, especially this time of year, it's good to have a part of your 13th month pay for extending yourself. Yeah, so I hope this is something that can help you how to be thrifty in your 13th month pay. But for that, I want you to consider this. So, yeah, I apologies for for this one. Sa formatting siguro ng PowerPoint. But for example, you have received 20,000 pesos as your bonus. So, I want to know how can I budget it. So, here's an example of one of my clients that asked me recently. So, this particular person has this amount. Okay. So, what I did is to give him some advice. So, based on our advices that we heard earlier, I suggested that you can, since you have some liabilities like loans or kailangan mo mag-support sa family mo, my suggestion is not to give the whole thing. Yeah, not to give the whole thing because it's not financially healthy. So as much as possible, at least you can give 50%. Starting from 50% or higher, it depends on you. But if you have some liabilities and you're supporting your family, this is a good percentage to start. Okay, and then you can put 10% of your budget to helping or giving. How about savings? If you don't have savings, this is the best time to start saving. So one of the financial discipline is to save. Really cut a part of your salary and income in times of emergency. So it's really important to cut a part of it. If you cannot start with 10%, that's okay. You can start siguro mga 5%. Yeah, 5% is doable. How about investments? For investments, you can start at 10%. So investment and savings are different things because for your savings, this is for the purpose of emergency. So pag may emergency tayo, you can pull it out easily. So itong savings na ito, nasa piggy bank mo ito or sa ATM mo or kahit cash, nasa bahay mo lang siya. But when it comes to investment, this is for your long-term goals. For example, you're planning to start a business, you're planning for your retirement. You should not plan your retirement 1 year before you retire. So, as much as possible, as young as you are, you need to set aside a part of your salary for your long-term goals. So, if you cannot commit 10%, that's okay. You can reduce it to 5%. And don't forget yourself. So, reward yourself from time to time. If you're thinking that it's too much, 20% is too much for you, that's okay. You can set aside 10% for something you need or personal needs. Okay. So this is just a suggestion. It's not necessarily that you need to follow this one. But for the case of this person that I talked with, this is something that I shared. Okay, I hope this is something that yeah, at least you have an idea where to put it. That is the more important thing. So you put it here, and you should not forget one aspect. Okay, that's the message that I want to share din sa inyo. Okay, so don't forget your liabilities, your financial responsibilities for your family, or you have debt, or you need to something settle. Then give yourself some things that you personally need. Then don't forget to give back and also to save for the future. So this too is saving for the future. Really. And then just a few thoughts for you to consider because for this example he has 20,000 peso. Then cutting 10% of this is 2,000 peso. Did you know that if you just save 2,000 peso per month or really set aside 2,000 pesos, at least 2,000 peso, this can make a difference for your finances. It's really, sabihin natin, it's just a small portion but really can make a difference because with this amount, did you know that you can open your savings account? Okay? Alam nyo ba na from a recent survey, only 1 out of 5 people in the Philippines are saving. So, do not be part of the 4. Yeah. So, I want you to be the part of. people who are saving, we need to save. Yeah, just 2,000 pesos you can open. If you have already a savings account, you can set aside a portion of your money for your emergencies. You don't know what will happen next. It's really part of the certainty of life. With your 2,000 pesos, you can start your insurance policy. For your insurance policy, 2,000 peso, you can get 1 million peso coverage already. So the easiest way to get a million is to get an insurance. Yeah. But that's for your family. Kung isipin mo na 2,000 peso naging 1 million peso. Just because of this financial instrument. So, personally, my first insurance policy is a million peso. And I'm paying this little amount compared to my coverage. And I'm still young. So, when you're still young, uh, your insurance charges are really low. Diba? How about considering your mutual funds? When you say mutual funds, this is something that you can invest in a certain company without monitoring it. So, for example, for the company that I'm connected with, you can invest in this one, mutual funds, and then they're the ones who will handle your investments on your behalf and watch it grow. You just 2,000 pesos, you can open your mutual funds account, or if you have the leisure time to buy some stocks. Yeah. So 2,000 pesos is a big thing you can open, and usually stockbrokers are asking for initial deposit amount. Yeah. So when I opened my own stocks account, I just shell out for 2,000 pesos. Yeah. You can start from here. Or you can establish a small business. So, isipin na natin, no, 2,000 pesos is just a small amount, but the thing that it can do, just like I mentioned, it's really helpful. It will help your finances. If you will just, if you will just spend it on something that is not an asset, diba? Because I want you guys to be thrifty, we need to really be wise in our expenses, in our budget. For that, if you have some questions about this financial plan, I can help you with. That's where I come in. Uh, you can contact me on my Facebook or in my page on how you start. You can start with your financial plan today. May iwan akong quote sa inyo is this one, maging wise tayo sa ating mga blessings. So it's really a good thing if you can really be a good steward or good managers of your money. So if you find this valuable, I encourage you to follow our page. Just search in your Facebook account, Magpundar. So you can search for it. You can ask to join. We have a group there, over 800 members already. So you can join our community. I post daily financial tips on that particular page and the group. So I encourage you to join also the group. So or if you like and you find this valuable, you can like this video after and you can share it if you know someone that needs these tips. And if you want to apply this one, you find this valuable, you can share it. I encourage you to share it. And thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention for the past 30 minutes. Again, for the next month, I will be posting again another live session. Thank you ulit sa inyong time. If you will watch it, you're watching later, you're watching this after this live session, Feel free to comment if you have questions. I will be willing to answer that question. Again, thank you, and final words is magpunta para sa kinabukasan. It's really good to invest in your future. So that's all. Thank you for your time and see you soon.